Oh man, Saturday night. Saturday, and I'm getting ready to leave the house because I got to run back down to Dayton in the convention center and grab that trailer. Just texted that guy a little bit ago, and he said, told him I'd be down there around 8. He's like, my guys are tearing down at 7. It should be loaded by 9. So I'm like, okay, I'll take my sweet ass time, but getting ready to step out the house and head on down there. I'll probably be early. I got to stop in Beaver Dam, Ohio, and grab a splash. So we'll see what's going on. This is the easy day though, because all I got to do is get it and then take it to Michigan. I don't have to sit there and wait around on nobody besides the whole loading situation. But we'll see, I guess. We'll see what happens. On the show, on the Cheerleading YouTube channel. Should be about warmed up here. It's about 160. It's been running for like 25 minutes, maybe longer than that, because I thought I was going to be able to leave earlier than what I was, but I wasn't able to. So just what it is. And these belts are pissing me off because I just replaced them, and they must have stretched out a little bit since I ran it the other day. So probably when I get home, well, tomorrow when I wake up, just call me. No, my wife. I'll be back. Well, just over here to Beaver Jam and grabbed a splash Beaver Dam. I'd forgotten my coffee. That's why Kim had called. So it's going to be there about 8:40. Anyways, I changed the belts out. These things are pissing me off because I tightened them up pretty good, and then next thing you know, they must have loosened up because they were stiff and cold before. And run down there the other day, it was running about 14, then it dropped down to 13. A couple times it chirp out and go lower. And now it's only running a little above 12, so when I get down there, I'm sure I'm going to have some time, because it says I'm going to be down there by 8:40, and they said that trailer ain't going to be ready until 9. So probably I may jack the cab up and tighten them up. I don't know. I mean, I ain't losing anything. I'm not having any problems, so we'll see what happens. But if not, it'll get taken care of tomorrow, because it's supposed to be like 56 out at the house. So that'll be something I do when I get home. Well, I'm just in Sydney right now, right where that tanker rolled over the other day, and they got this to where the left lane is oncoming traffic, and they got this little small lane over here on the right-hand lane. He was probably in that right-hand lane, and it's basically, if you hit off that curb or the road, it's a straight drop off into the ditch. So he probably was worried about someone coming up on the left or something. Maybe he wasn't paying attention. His steer slipped off the side of the road, and he probably went down, unless he was fucking around some other house. They don't really think about things when they do this kind of stuff, and they make this shit tight as fuck. guys who make their own shit or whatever their reasons are, but that's trucking. Saturday night fun. This cocksucker right here just did that shit to me. They don't want to go the fucking speed limit through here. In road work. Alright, but yeah, that's. Always gotta be mindful of the situation. Here goes another guy. These people wouldn't even let me over if I wanted to get over there in such a hurry. I'm sorry. My big truck in your way. Alright, well, I'm here. I've been here for probably maybe 15 minutes. Called the dude, let him know. I had to loosen that up right there. And then there's the tensioner right up there. I had to climb on top of the truck. That long bolt sticking out there. Had to just loosen that top one up and then get under it and tighten it. So it should be okay. I'm gonna jump in there and fire it up real quick and see if that helps anything out. Because it was pretty loose. I mean, I just twisted it by hand like it wasn't nobody's business. So fire it up and check it out. Dude said it'd be about another 20 minutes before the trail was ready anyway, so that's not a big deal. Told him what was going on, what I was going to do, and where I was at, so he was like, that's fine. But 20 minutes, hopefully it'll be done sooner than later, and then we can skeet out of here and do what we got to do and get back home, if you know what I mean. Well, it's running. Let's jump up here real quick and check our voltage. About tripped on block here. Okay, so we're at 13 right now and we're squeaking a little bit. I can see that, you can, unfortunately. There, nothing kicked down when I hit that on, so should be all right. That's what I'm thinking. Besides the squeal, which I can hear that inside the truck, and it drives me crazy. Hopefully it'll come out of it sooner than later, but it's better than what it was. I'm not gonna have to worry about it. The pulley, I could move it with my hands, so those belts just sunk down in there. They're like the felt ones or whatever. They're shitty and I hate them, but it's what it is, what I had to work with when I got them. So that's what's up. Give him a text and let him know that I'm ready. He can let me in the gate and I can hook up to the trailer at least. Well, I'm backed up to the trailer. Just waiting on him to finish some things up. It's 10 o'clock right now. He had a few more things to throw on, just went and used the restroom after I hooked up, and these belts are going to drive me crazy. They're going to squeal like a stuck pig. Once I get up to speed and stuff, it just, they're not stopping. When I get home, I'm changing them out. I don't even care. I looked online to see if there was any other kind that didn't have the notches in them, but I couldn't really find any. Well, I found some for 10 bucks and the shipping was $30, so it's probably not happening. Probably may try another brand from somewhere else, we'll see. But yeah, 15660 is the belt size, and for some odd reason it'd be really nice if I could find some that didn't squeal, because the shit's gonna drive me up the wall. But it's what it is. I can hear it chirping. It's not too loud when you're outside of the truck, unless you go right over by where the alternator and fans are at. So maybe they'll work their way out. They'll stop squealing so much, and I won't have to deal with it. But it'd be real nice. But it's just what it is, you know what I mean? Just one of those things you got to deal with, an old truck and bullshit. All right, locked and loaded, 10:30, and we're heading north. So we'll see how bad these. Okay, the belt ain't squealing no more, so that's good. That's fucking what I'm talking about, because that was going to drive me crazy. So automatically, what's up? Shouldn't be too bad of a trip. I'm glad those aren't squealing anymore. I can tell you that much right now. Because that would have, I would have went nuts. We'll see though what happens when I go here. I'm actually kind of happy that things worked out the way they nothing. Trying to get in and out of here. Yeah, that belt ain't squealing at all. That's what I'm talking about. Maybe they might be a little bit, but they don't sound bad. I was sitting there revving it up a little bit, and it would squeal a little bit. Should probably get in the other lane. I'm gonna need to turn up here. I can't turn no more. And then I'll turn right, then I'll slide over, jump on 75 and be out of here. You were with me the other day. If you're with me the other day, I came down. That's exactly what I did. That's where I seen that cutlass at back here. Come on, car. Of course, you got me right beside me. I'm trying to do this. There you go. Get on it. Jesus. Again a little bit, but we'll see what happens once I get rolling. Like rolling 70 mile per hour rolling, if you know what I mean. Because I got a bunch of extra shit on here from the guy that come down and dropped the stuff Friday morning, so I know it's heavier than what it was when I came down, but at least it's loaded all the way to the back, and old weight ain't sitting right at the front. That's what it is. I'll catch back up with you maybe when I drop this, or get back home or something. You'll listen to her talk shit to me.
At the light, use the right lane to merge onto I-75 north toward Toledo.
Alrighty.
Then keep left to merge onto I-75 north toward Toledo.
Alrighty. It is 3:56 and I just pulled in. I pulled up to Taylor at about 150-ish and dropped that trailer quick. I'm messaged the broker and I was out. And, you know, that belt didn't squeal until I was fucking 2 miles down the road. And then that bitch started screaming again at me and the voltage dropped down. So a little over 12 right now. It's probably 12.5. But I'm done. I'm getting ready to go inside. I'm going to have me a Buc-ee's. So maybe you can have one with me and we can talk about some stuff. And then, yeah, have me a smoke if you know what I'm talking about. So I'll be back in a little bit. We'll chat about tonight and some other things. Well, I'm back. I'm on the porch. It was a little stressful and a little adventurous. Get the blood flowing, if you know what I mean. I've had a problem with those belts before like that, and somebody said something like it might be a pulley, but I'm not sure. It was a pain in the ass, needless to say. I'm not real fond of those belts. They're quite irritating, especially since they screeched the whole time when I sat down in Dayton and waited for the guy to load that trailer. About an hour and a half. And then as soon as I took off, they quit. I'm fucking 3 miles from the house and they start squawking again. And the voltage dropped. So I was like pissed on. Jakes were working though, so I was wailing those down the road when I was coming back. I used to deliver down to Dayton College. In 2010, I took my third job as a truck driver. As a delivery guy, I used to deliver cigarettes and grocery store needs to the people. Cases of water, Gatorade, etc. And I used to go down to college and deliver there. And then I would have to go to like 4 stores in Dayton. And that was some rough areas where I would go. I would have to deliver cartons of cigarettes, cases. And I would go into ghetto areas in Dayton where it was super rough. And dudes would always be like, what would happen if one of those fell off the back? And I'd pull out a pocket knife and I'd whip it out every time. And it was dull and it was barely cut the tape half the time when I was cutting the shrink wrap and whatnot off the pallets. And I would say, well, what would happen if I cut you? And that was about the end of that. I never had any problems. People would get robbed all the time. They'd be in the stores and they'd have their shit, you know, someone in the back of their trailers going through the stuff and then running off. And some dudes, one guy even chased a guy. I never had any issues with that because they would drop the ramp and they would run back and forth through the store and leave the door open the whole time. I never did that. I would offload all the stuff. I'd drag a skid to the back of the trailer and I'd offload everything to where it was on the ground outside the store, so there was eyes on it all the time. So if anybody was out there, but I mean, as soon as I got out the truck, granted I'm not a big guy at all, I would just let people know that you're not going to fuck with me or my stuff because I'm not very nice and I will hurt you. So I had to do that more than once. But yeah, it was nice going down there and not having to deal with traffic or anything like that. Other than that, it wasn't bad. That's exactly why I bugged the broker about the rate and got what I could from them, because at first they were like 700's the best I could do, because I'm like, I talked to them Tuesday about it, scheduling it for Thursday, and maybe it was Wednesday. No, it was Tuesday. I booked the load Tuesday. And I knew I was going to do both of them when the guy called me back, the actual broker called me back, because it was just one of his cronies that was talking to me the first time. And the guy was like, well, how much can you do it for? I'm like, well, I ain't going to do it for $400. He's like, well, we're not going to pay $400 to do it. So, well, I can do it for $1,000, because he kept on bugging me. So, well, what are they offering? Wouldn't tell me. So he's like, best I can do is $7. I said, I can't do it for $7, dude. I don't know. Figure some things out. Maybe you can call me and we can work it out. Because he's like, let me talk to the broker. So the guy calls me and he is like, yeah, I can do it for $800. I said, make it $850 and I'll do it Thursday, and then I'll go back down Saturday and get the other one, because he told me what was going on. So I said, fine. I did it. Let me take a drink of this beer because it's extremely good. So I was like, fuck it, it's 2 loads. I can bust that out, no problem. I knew Thursday was going to be the pain because I had to go up there, be up there at 2, and then I knew I was going to get down to Dayton and rush hour, but the accident in Sydney kind of helped me out with that, so I didn't have to really wait. But, I mean, deal with too much traffic, but I had to wait on the kid to get down there since he was an hour behind, and everything the broker told me didn't happen. Same kind of with tonight. I was supposed to be there at 8 to pick it up. It was supposed to be ready. I texted the guy before I left. He told me it wasn't going to be ready until 9. So I get down there at 8:45. Be like 20 minutes, okay. I get my shit done because I told him what was going on with the belts. Security guard came and let me know, because I let him know I was good, you know. Security guard's like, hey, I'll let you in a minute. I'm like, okay, whatever. He's like, when you get back in your truck, because I was out having smoke, waiting. And he lets me in. I sit around for another hour and wait. And that's why I said I'm not going to do it for some cheap-ass fucking price. Especially on a Saturday night, you're not going to find nothing else. Thursday, I could have stayed down there, but I didn't want to because I didn't take my overnight bag, so I couldn't. So that was that. But, yeah, it was eventful and not fun at all, but I did it, and I got it done. And it's now 4 in the morning, and I'm home. I'm going to go wake my wife up and kiss her and a dog, too, because he's probably sleeping in bed with her. See if Morrison needs to go out, because he's probably downstairs on the couch. And then probably go take a shower, watch some football highlights from some college, and then try to go to bed. But I don't know. I've only had a cup of coffee. I've been up since 7. I feel fine. Other than that, that's trucking, I guess. That's a truck driver's life. You never know what your schedule is going to be. You never know where you're going to go, who you're going to run into, or anything like that. You just got to go out and make the best of the situation you got going on, I guess, if you know what I mean. But we'll see if there's anything popping next week, since it's going to be Thanksgiving. I don't know if there will or not, but whatever. Yeah, so that was my 3rd job, and that wasn't bad. I didn't mind it, but I broke my foot, and I had to get a plate and 4 screws in my foot, my pedal foot. So running up and down a ramp, trying to control a cart was kind of hard after that, so I ended up quitting because the insurance was expensive and they didn't want to pay for my foot surgery. So it was pointless for me to have insurance that wasn't going to pay for a foot surgery, so I just quit that job and got another job. It's a temporary position driving a water truck out at SDI in Butler, Indiana. But I was working for Butler Mills Steel Company. They do like slag and stuff like that. They run the slag pots. Started off driving a water truck. Then I got in a big earth mover, drove that around, and then I quit that job because I was on a swing shift, and I was on a second shift from 9 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock at night, and every holiday I had to work, and that sucked. So I did that for a while and then quit. I went and worked for an owner-operator and drove his truck around for a while, and then I quit that because I got tired of dealing with this fucking junk equipment and the bullshit loads I was having to do. Then I got another trucking job. I might have taken a break and worked in a factory for a while. I think I did. I worked in a factory for a little bit, and then I got another trucking job. And that wasn't what they told me. And then I finally got, I pulled the fucking cardboard. And I didn't pay for shit, man. There were some weeks I made like $500. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. For what I'm driving a truck, I ain't trying to make this much money anymore. And hauling this fucking cardboard ain't gonna cut it, because they give me like 3 or 4 days worth of work. And sometimes I'd run to like Lansing, and then I was done. And that was it. So I was like, yeah, I can't do this. So I had another girlfriend before Kim. She had kids, and I was like supporting them all. And then I was paying child support too on top of that. And the chick would take my credit cards and go run them up when I was sleeping because I had to work. So that ended, and then I met Kim, but I was working for Ruan by that time. And that was a decent paying job. And I quit there because they gave me a Freightliner that was an automatic that had those sensors on the front, and someone was going through a toll booth 3 lanes over, and the brakes locked up on me one time in the winter, and I just went and parked the truck and told the guy to quit because I wasn't going to drive a truck like that. That was going to kill me. So went and worked for another company out there, and I had a decent truck when I first started, and then they took that away and gave me a shit truck, and then I fixed it up, and everybody else wanted the shit truck I fixed up. So then I ended up buying the blue truck, quitting, going and working for JB Hunt because I knew it wouldn't pass the DOT. And they were offering $4,000 sign-on bonus after 6 months. So I worked over there in the wintertime for like 6 months, and then I got the blue truck running. And that's where everything began for me being an owner-operator in 2018. That was from 2008 to 2018. So for 10 years, I worked different trucking jobs for shitty companies, being somebody's slave, not fun, dealing with people. JB Hunt's really what was it for me, because I was dealing with dispatchers that were just out of school. Maybe went to college, I don't know, but they talked to me like I just got out of trucking school, and I did not like that at all. And the trainer I had took me out for 1 day, didn't teach me shit for like the logs, because I'd run a Qualcomm before, wasn't a big deal. But he didn't teach me the things I needed to know, and I didn't realize that people were going to jump in the truck that I was supposed to be assigned to during the day and run on my hours and run them all out. And then I got over there one morning and I didn't have no hours, so I tried to call the supervisor that was on call that night, and he sent me to voicemail like 5 times and wouldn't respond to a text message. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going home. I don't know how to reset these hours or make this go away. And that was a big calamity. And then next thing you know, something else happened, and they pissed me off, and they weren't going to pay me for something. And I'm like, no, you're going to pay me for this and all the BS that I've had to deal with. And they did. And then I got my money, my sign-on bonus, and I dumped it into the truck because I had just worked out there and saved everything I could, barely spent any money on anything. Got the blue truck ready, and I quit that job after it passed the DOT. And I didn't have a job after that. I had to find a job, and then luckily I got hooked up with the container people just from when I was getting my truck DOT'd, because the guys out there wanted a sign-on bonus, and I thought it was local, so I started doing that. I ran the blue truck for 5 months, maybe, if that, 3 months, and then I bought Frank, and then he sat for a year, and I busted my ass to fix that truck up, and I got to run that for like 4 months, and that kid pulled out in front of me and smoked me. And then I put so much time and effort into Frank that I have a love-hate relationship with that truck. I shouldn't have bought it. You all know the story about us going over there and the stack coming off and cutting the airline. If you don't, I can tell it again. If I get a comment that you haven't heard that story, I'll tell the story about Frank and us going over and getting it. It was just a fucking debacle. I thought my wife was going to leave me because she was not happy about that truck, but she wasn't going to. She just was freaked out and scared. Which I can completely understand, but the time and effort I put into that truck, she trusts me now in it. But it likes to be a royal pain in my ass all the time. I try to fix something and I spend time on it, and then next thing you know, it didn't fix it. So it's just one of those situations. But it's probably going to need some work done to the engine or swapped out here in the future. Probably sooner than later. So there may be a day that comes here that I climb back in the blue truck and run it because it's Old Faithful. It's always been Old Faithful for a backup truck. I mean, it's what I started in for being an owner-operator. It's what I started in for running my own authority. It's had its hiccups, but it's really never let me down to where I couldn't fix it or there was something major that went wrong with it. So if I do get back in that, I'd probably pull one of the Bostrom seats out and a Frank and throw it in there so it's a little more comfortable for a ride, because that seat sucks. And then I'll run the blue truck until I can take care of Frank, because we got money, but I don't want to spend it on that because I don't want to take from my savings to fix up a truck that somebody told me was okay and it wasn't. Now that I think about it, I don't think the guy had told me it sat for like 8 or 9 years, and it says 2011 on it in the door, and that's probably when they put that thing out to pasture. And when I got that truck, I climbed under it and looked around, and it was rusty. The engine was rusty, and like I'm afraid if I pull a bolt off that thing, it's going to snap just like it did when I pulled the exhaust manifold. I think I drilled out 8 bolts from that, just from it being so rusty and old. And I feel like any bolt that I pull off that engine's just going to snap, and I'm going to have to sit there and drill it out. So it might just be a better idea to put a different engine in it someday. It won't be tomorrow or anything like that. It's not like I need to rush for it, and anything I want I'm going to work for. Like, I took the summer off of doing shit to the trucks because I'd been doing it since 2018 when I bought the blue truck, and I just needed a freaking break. So I sat around all summer with Kim, hanging out up the house, running loads here or there to pay the bills, make sure she was happy, and keep my bank account up. And then did what I could, but it's getting to be wintertime and cold up here, and I sure as fuck don't want to be up here in this hellhole of a winter situation running with these fucking yahoos out here. I was coming home, some guy swerving all over the place, like just jerking his wheel, and I thought, man, is there a deer in the road or something? Nope. Who knows what he's doing? He slowed down to like 60, was swerving all over, probably had his leg up on the phone, who knows what. But I just flew by him, and then I was like, fuck that. But yeah, I definitely don't want to be up here in the winter. You see a crash, a major crash every day on the road. There's sometimes where, like, I don't even know if I want to be a truck driver anymore because of the industry sucks. The industries went downhill so bad from when I started in 2008, and I know that's not a long time. It's almost 20 years. And dudes have been out there grinding for fucking 40, 50 years, and it's insane. And they probably think the same thing. It is not anywhere close to what it used to be. And it sucks because it used to be fun. Trucking's not fun, dude. I can't step out the truck at a truck stop without smelling piss instantly. And when I was sitting in Dayton, and I should have got the camera out, but I didn't because it's just fucking foul. It's just foul. I climbed under the truck to look at some stuff back by the trailer, landing gear. Next thing you know, there's a fucking pile of shit there with paper towels or something on top of it. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I could walk to my barn out here where I keep the mower, is as far away as I was from the door to get into the Flying J. If you're that lazy that you can't walk up there, you should not be a truck driver. And leaving stuff like that. Kim's like, oh, somebody should have cleaned that up. I said, that's a small lot. There's so many trucks in and out of there. Nobody would even see that. And that's why I don't even know if I want to do this anymore. Just dealing with brokers, dealing with fucking shippers, dealing with other nasty drivers out on the road. It's completely disgusting. And it takes all the fun that used to be trucking out of it. The only thing that's nice about trucking is I'm coming home and I'm running down 23 in Michigan South. There's no traffic whatsoever. It's the only nice thing about tonight is not having to deal with traffic and that little bit, and just being able to jam out, listen to music, and just drive far away. I don't care where, just far. Yeah, I mean, I check load boards in different areas. Kim's always like, well, I can't believe there's nothing. I'm like, chick, you've been in a truck with me before. You know, we've sat for a couple days because we can't find loads, and we've had to bobtail 300 plus miles just to get a load to be able to come home. I've bobtailed from Tampa and twice in both trucks. And I've drove from Fort Myers to, God, Elba, Alabama. That's like 6 hours just to get a trailer to be able to come back home, or to shoot north close enough to be able to bobtail home. So it's tough industry. Like, you got fucking nuts of steel to be a truck driver and have half a fucking brain to know what you're doing and not be doing stupid shit, but nobody fucking cares. Everybody's on their phone, not paying attention. Shit's more important. Always in a hurry, rushing through construction zones. I'm leaving Dayton tonight. And Dayton's been under construction since I started trucking. When it'll ever be done, I don't know. But their lanes are super narrow, barriers on both sides. This fucking Walmart guy comes flying up by me in this stuff, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. But it's what it is, and that is trucking. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it sucks. It's nice when I can go over to Frankfurt and get those hoppers for Jared, because I don't have to get up at a certain amount of time. I know I got time to get over there. It's just going over there and coming back. The roads I run, they're 60 mile per hour. They're 4-lane, but they're 60. So I can just cruise over. They're really not heavy traffic. Some towns I got to go through, the stoplights I got to deal with, but it's pretty chillaxed. That's one thing about having my own authority and running my own business and pulling off the load boards and getting phone calls from people that I can kind of do what I want to when I want to do it in the times I want to do them in, unless they're like, oh, you got to be there by a certain time. Like picking up those chillers, never usually a problem. So I contact the people the night before and let them know I'm coming over, or I'm there first thing in the morning and they're ready to go. But other than that, some things suck. Like, I called up Ryder the other day. Apparently they got a trailer in Walmart up here in Defiance sitting. I call them and they're like, hey, blah, 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 this and that. The next thing you know, they're cutting me off when I'm talking to them, like, oh yeah, how's it going? I'm calling about this load. Well, we see that there's something going on and we can't book this load with you. Thanks, have a good day. Now, I'm like, well, can't you explain why? So I call them back. Nope, just hang up on me 2 times. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I just pulled a load for you guys not too long ago. But that, again, is trucking. People don't want to work with you. You got to work with certain people only. And then you get lied to constantly or told one thing and it's always something different. I'm talking to my daughter the other day on the phone. She's like, I don't know what I want to do. I thought about getting my CDL and becoming a truck driver. I said, no, you're not. Absolutely not. There's no way I'd ever let you do that. I said, if you want to do something, go drive an Amazon van. Get your chops there and see if you want to be out in a vehicle all day. Driving around. Getting lost. Dealing with other shitty asshole drivers. And then come back and talk to me and see if that's something you want to do. Like, I would never discourage anybody, but I would be like, I would just tell them, listen, this is what you're getting yourself into. I have people all the time that I know see me doing what I'm doing and want to do it. I'm like, hey, where can I go to trucking school? How should I get my CDL? Blah, blah. I said, well, this first thing you got to do is you got to go either work for somebody for so long and get your CDL through them, or you got to pay $3 to $5 grand to get it. If you don't have the money, you're not going to do it. I took out my 401k from Guardian when I worked over there, automotive in Auburn, and that's how I paid for my CDL. Paid for it by myself. So everything I've ever done, I've never had anything handed to me. I've always worked hard for it and done it myself, because I can't depend on people. I can't rely on nobody. I've never been able to my whole life. My parents always let me down, which sucks, but that's what it is. I'm not blaming them. My grandpa was a car salesman, World War vet. And he told me when basically my first job was going up and washing cars for him at his car lot in Hamilton, Indiana. Don's Auto Sales. They call him Slick Deal Peel, because he could sell you. He'd say, oh, she's a honey of a runner. He'd rock back and forth on his heels. Always have a toothpick in his mouth. He said, Redbird, if you want anything in life, you got to work hard for it, because nobody's going to give you anything for free. And boy, was he not lying. But that's a valuable lesson that kids these days don't get taught. They come out of the womb with a smartphone, and nobody to raise them because they're too busy doing whatever they're doing on a smartphone. I would not want to have kids in these days. Not want to raise a kid these days. This world's fucked up. Society sucks. People in general suck. But, I mean, it's nice when you have a few good friends. I have a few good friends. A few people I call good friends. Other than that, just associates or acquaintances, if you know what I mean. You can't trust people, and, you know. I've always been like David Lee Roth, the Gigolo song. I ain't got nobody. But that's okay, I got me. And that's all I need sometimes. That's why I do a lot of work out in the driveway by myself. Because I like to learn things, and I like to challenge myself and apply whatever troubleshooting skills I have. I might not fix it. It might not always be perfect, but if I can take something apart and put it back together and it works, if it was broken, then I'm happy usually. So cheers to you. I'm gonna get off here and stop rambling. I just figured I'd make some time up for this video because I knew it was gonna be short and shitty because it was all at night and dark, but it's what it is. Can't always be having good times in the truck during the light. Sometimes you gotta run at night. I like the night, prefer the night. Work second shift, work third shift, not have to deal with first shift people. It's not bad. But then you got to deal with people that don't know how to deal with the night. Yeah, it can be something too. But you pick your poison and you take it and deal with it. So with that being said, I'm Chad Keegan. I approve this message, and I'm out. I'm going to go take a shower and eat some food and probably watch some football highlights and pass out. So hopefully everybody enjoys their day, their Sunday, and their Thanksgiving. I don't know what's going on around here, if I'll post more videos or not before then, or, you know, sure I will. But I might start digging those trucks out of... They're behind the fridge in like a little storage area. I might get that towed out and I'll start going through them and auction off some lots on Facebook. So if you want some of the trucks, you're going to have to add me as a friend on Facebook. You have to have a profile picture. And I need to talk to you and know that it's you and not some fake ass shit with somebody that don't have a Facebook profile picture. You got to tell me something about the YouTube channel that makes me know I know it's you. So
It is a brisk 40 degrees, and I've been out here for a half hour, so I'm gonna go inside and warm up. Hopefully everybody enjoys. Like, share, subscribe, comment, say what you want to. I really don't care. If you don't like it, you can go truck yourself.